Oh, Rick, work through this. And then, mic check, mic check. Do I see my things moving? 1 2 1 2. Let's see if anybody comes in. If anybody comes in, if y'all can hear me, give me a 1 in the chat room. Time to get this thing started. I don't know how we're gonna get this started. Where we at? I should just erase this board and get my smoke right. Where we at? Where's the young Jedi's at? You gotta bear with me. This is the first. Of many live streams to come. We're gonna get this. I might have to talk to the crew here, Huey P or somebody, Sanchez. Somebody gonna show me how to open a panel up where the stream is going. That way I can get the crew talking, and we can get our builds going on. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna build like no other builds has been going on before. Because One World, One Hood, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it professional. We're gonna keep it 100. We're gonna try to make sure we got a good info in here for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Especially if y'all really looking to getting that electrical free energy, that magnetic universe understanding. Well, this will be the place to help get that understanding. This is where we took all of those flat earth teachings and we show how it correlates and it works its way over into our everyday reality that we're using. See, a lot of people have that problem where they see these teachings and they hear it and it sounds good, but you want to know what can it do for you? Well, this is it. Okay? And this right here, this little unit that you're looking at right here that we call the Gary Destroyer, is what it's all about. You see inside here, we got some magnets, we got some coils we made, and we're using all the science to make ourselves free energy. Free energy, of course. Well, what do we mean by free energy? Because see, that's a serious topic nowadays when people talk about free energy. So I want to give you my take on free energy. You know what I'm saying? Because you're saying, well, it's free. Well, you're using a battery. Why? What makes it free? Or these things are. There's a lot of different people's excuses, but I'm gonna tell you what it is. Look at it like residual income. You worked really hard to put something together. You did your work and your homework, and after you put it together, it's now able to pay off, and now you reap your rewards of what you sowed when you put it together. Just like when the actors and these other people and the musicians, when they go work hard and they put their little project together and they present it out to the world, they get paid for the rest of their life with that. You know what I'm saying? Like a residual income. We're not saying that you know what I'm saying, that's what makes it free. You know what I'm saying? Of course it's not free. This is wood. I got a meter here. I got some wires. I had to buy a few things and put this together. But I worked real hard so that way, now that it's done, I can reap the benefits of my hard work. You know what I'm saying? By getting unlimited energy out of this. Up until what point? Up until maybe something breaks down. If something breaks down, of course, we can always fix it. You know what I'm saying? We can fix whatever the problem is, and it will keep going. What is this unit doing right now that we call Gary Destroyer that you've been hearing in our community? What is this doing? Well, on one side of this, we've got DC, which is direct power. This is battery power. And on the other side of this, we got AC, alternating current. That's like wall power. So mind you, I try to talk to everybody. We probably have some people in here who are very advanced, and maybe they'd like to hear it in advanced terms. But what happens is that the majority of the audience is people who want to learn and get into it. So when I talk, the way I'm going to be trying to talk and explain things to people is going to be on a way where you probably are not an electrician and you'll be able to understand what I'm saying. Because I know a lot of people have their problems when these people try to explain, they start talking in these words, and you need to pause, go back and go get the definition and try to understand. Well, no, I totally get that. My job, what I'm doing is breaking this down to you in a way that we can all understand nice and simple. And then once you want to get, like I said, if I have to get into it where I have to talk intelligent and we have to use all of the words and terminologies, we can do that. But that's not what this is about. This is for dummies. Now, don't take that offensive. Some people, I like to use the word for dummies. When that means make it easy for me. Make it foolproof so a fool can learn. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's what this is all about. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give everybody, if you're not, to get that one-on-one or to get that real type of, okay, I see JJ in my magic mirror. You know what I'm saying? That's the fam. We got the fam is out here right now. Like I said, because I don't have the panel going, I gotta pay attention to the chat room, and I'll be dealing with y'all and talking and doing what I can here because I do want y'all to understand that I am not Bro Sanchez, I am not Huey, I'm not Knowledge and the rest of these guys, and just sitting here right now talking to myself, but knowing that it's recording, understanding what this is all about. You got to give those guys a lot of respect because they took the time most likely to think about what they was going to talk about when they got here. You know what I'm saying? I don't, like I said, I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? I don't know where everybody's at with their knowledge or information. You know what I'm saying? All I gotta start from some point and then try to figure out what I'm gonna explain to people's and this, you know what I mean? So like I said, I shout out to those guys because they actually are doing a lot of homework even before they talk to y'all, you know what I'm saying? But you know, this is one world now. So we're gonna, we're on the free energy. We're on the electromagnetic. We're on the ether. You know what I'm saying? We maintain on that area. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, we got a whole bunch of brothers out there, and everybody is handling their area, their field. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I got for the community. You know what I'm saying? So anywho, if y'all want to anybody who's not part of the Hangout, my Google Hangout, you know what I'm saying? You can always email me, oneworldonehood@gmail. I'll make sure that y'all are, and I add you into the Hangout, and you can get a little bit more one-on-one, or you get that little bit more extra, you know, information that you need. That you'll be able to contact me with that. You know what I mean? That'll be your best bet. Other than that, y'all gonna have to try to follow what we can follow from here, and I'll be doing this here as we go along. As you see, I got some coils in here, and I'm going to be explaining this whole thing. I got room for more coils, and we will be building some more coils as the time goes on. It won't be tonight, but like I said, this is just an introductory, and I'm trying to get it. So I'm just showing y'all a little bit of this action that's going on. But maybe I should just start it up real quick so you can see it work real quick while we're here, right? You see, yeah, I know. I see. I don't know what the You know what? I'm gonna have to learn all this. So I know JJ, you know you're supposed to be a mod. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to do this. This is my first time. So you know what I mean? So but I'm gonna figure all of this out. I'm gonna be paying attention to all the brothers behind the scenes, and we're gonna get everybody in their right standings, and I'll be able to figure out the panel. But right now, I don't know how to do the panel. But let's just give a little look at for some of the people who want to see this go down. Let's give a little. All right. I don't know if y'all can hear what's going on, but right now we're taking off, and that means now we got like we got our as you see, this side right here is DC that I was telling y'all, and this side over here is AC. This is 110 volts. I'll put a little touch light on there. You know what I'm saying? As you see it, it plugs in. This is alternating current. This is direct current. All of these are popping right now at the same time for free. What do we mean by for free? We're saying that, yeah, I know that we're using a battery to get this going, but you do know that a battery is not giving you DC and AC. We also know that a battery is not going to give you this 110 volts of AC. So we do understand that there's some action going on in here. There's some action going on in here, and that's what we all going to learn about. From that sound right there, it sounds like I could have blew something. From that sound. Ugh, but we'll check that out as we go along. Matter of fact, I'll check it right now. Boom. That's the sound I got of letting me know that my transistor's going. But like this says, this one, what we usually are talking about. Oh, I see what happened. I got fucking excuse my French. I need to clean my area up over here. I got metal touching. So, and that's what we just hit at right here. You can see it right here. I just turned it on. Not, you know what I'm saying, I ain't cleaned this up or something like that. So I got metal touching, and I just luckily for me, I broke this down. This is normally called the Gary Destroy. This is supposed to be a 10T. When you hear the word 10T, I'm talking about transistors. But I broke this one down because I wanted to do a lot of testing and surveys to find out exactly what am I gaining from each transistor, and then I'm taking each transistor and I'm directing it in different directions and trying to see. We're doing a lot of different. That's the only way you're gonna find out. Remember, I says that we have to be the scientists. And what is the scientist? That means we need to perform tests and survey. I gotta write all this stuff down. So I want y'all to see that. You know, I want y'all to just think that I'm just. A lot of people, they just on YouTube listening to YouTube videos. They're not writing down no notes. They're not doing this stuff here. You know what I'm saying? That's what I be talking about when I was talking about regurgitation. I said when people just regurgitating the information they heard, they're not putting no thought and then time and no effort into what they've heard, and they're just repeating back what they heard on another channel. And like I said, so we're not going to get so far with that one. We need the people to put that test to it. You know, for instance, before I was Dr. Sabi's student, you know what I'm saying? If I show you how much herbs and minerals and all of the stuff that I got over there, it wasn't just about listening to a YouTube thing and then saying, yeah, you need to do this, you need to do that. No, I had to experience it. I had to take this stuff on, and then I can tell you what it does, because I know what it does. It works for myself. I'm not just giving you a belief. So everything that we're doing in here is a tried system. If I showed you how many times I'd have tried all sorts of things and it didn't work and didn't get to understand it, but like I said, now once you get it going, you will be able to understand and know what Steinmetz and what the real geniuses were saying. You'll know exactly what they were saying once you able to put this together. Then you know what I mean? Because other than that, it's just talk. But today we want to talk about the ether, because that's what we talk about a lot when we're dealing with this unit. We're talking about how am I taking let's say it doesn't make a difference what size battery you use. How can I take a 9-volt battery and now of DC direct power and change this into 110 volts of alternating current, and then with 110 volts of alternating current, you can easily charge a 9-volt battery, right? I mean, these things is, but people just don't understand. They don't see the concept, especially like when Gary was saying, well, if you can make these things run, you should just be able to take the battery off and jump it back to the other side. It's just supposed to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Pace, knowledge in my magic mirror. Your knowledge, I need some lessons here. You got to show me how to do the panel. You know what I'm saying? Open this panel up. You know what I mean? Well, but in the meantime, right now, I got to start somewhere. You know what I mean? I need to start with writing and yeah. So all right. So let's go. Let's get into this a little here. Let's talk about the ether. Here's my, you know what I'm saying? I gave you my little stuff here. I'll talk about the ether real quick. All right. The word ether originates from early Greek times. Okay. When Plato and Aristotle defined the elements, about that far back, right? Medieval philosophers continued the idea of the ether as a fifth element and associated that with the motion of the planets and stuff like that, moving through the ether, and they use like the ether as a density. You know what I'm saying? All right. In 1687, I believe it was, Sir Isaac Newton published the Principia, which described the ether as a medium for gravity. All right. In 1704, in my notes, we got Newton wrote the optics and described the properties of light using a medium and referred to as the ether. Okay. You see, maybe I need to wipe this board out and we need to look at some things so we can look at this. I think that that's what would be good real quick. Let me see what I can do about that. I need to, when we talk about these waves, I need to fucking wet it. Okay, so listen. Let's make it quick. Let's try to make this quick here. When we look at a wave and you see a wave, and this wave is the same wave as your bullseye. Like when you look at that ripple, when they're talking about the ripple effect and the ripple, that ripple, if you was to look at it the sideways, that ripple in the water, if you was to get in the water and look at it, you'd be looking at a wave. This and this is the same. It's just a different view of it. You know what I'm saying? This is like being a pawn, and this is like being the chess player. You know what I'm saying? The bird's eye view. You know what I'm saying? So you've been looking at this called a sine wave the whole time. You've been hearing them send waves, signals and waves through the air, signals and waves. All of this is the same thing. What do we mean by sending signals and waves through the air? Well, the air is a medium. You see, you probably don't realize that, but you're like a fish. The fish is in his water in the medium. So when the fish is looking around, he probably sees the same thing how you're seeing. You know what I'm saying? He sees his medium. When you probably to him it's nothing. To you, you're looking at the air. We're looking at this stuff like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it's a medium. It's just equivalent to the water. The water is a different medium. The ground is another medium. So let's understand the mediums that we use for moving waves. Okay. All right. I'm gonna give you some examples. We got and how can I draw this? Right? And then we got, and you seen that symbol before? That's the symbol for that's air. And when we call that air, we can call that a sound wave. Right? Okay, cool. What we got? Boom. All right. We got water, and we call that a water wave. Okay. And then we also have earth. This is called a seismic wave. Okay. These are the three different mediums that we use to send wave, the signal. Okay, this is important. You see, we're not breaking they're not breaking it down to us this way. You know what I'm saying? And this is the stuff that we got to understand. So we're not paying attention to this stuff. And because we're not really paying attention, these people can easily lead us and going to tell us all of this other nonsense. What we're trying to do right here is go down to the simple science of it. And because a lot of people, our problem is that we're trying to talk science and we are talking about a 12th grade conversation, but our understanding is all the way in elementary school. So we need to find a point because that did the same thing. And I brought myself all the way back. And then we'll move ourselves forward with good factual knowledge and keep everything simple. Sound wave, water wave, seismic wave. This is how you send a wave. What's a wave? Because now, if y'all been in my Google chats, I've been putting little videos and stuff up, trying to make sure that everybody gets an understanding of a wave. See, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say I'm a wave. This is a wave. All sorts of waves. You know what I'm saying? But what's going on in this wave? Because when we see a wave, people be thinking that the water's moving and going somewhere, and it's not. This wave is not going anywhere. It's just going back and forth, a motion, a vibration. See, a vibration, a small vibration. If we was this is a vibration that, you know what I'm saying. And then the vibration is a wave, just a bigger vibration. So all working the same. You know what I'm saying. We're not moving anywhere. So when you looked at the water, when we was in I don't know, you've been in a wave pool. When and the water didn't go nowhere when they made the wave move. Next thing you know, you just jumped up and down. You just jumped up and down. Eventually, you're touching the floor on the deep water because the wave went down and up. You didn't move anywhere. But when you look at a surfboard or these guys in the water, they're riding the wave. And that's how they're at this point of the wave and it's pushing them forward. That's how they're riding the wave. But the water is not actually moving, the water just going up and down. You know what I'm saying? So once we got the exact science to it, you know what I'm saying, now we can move on for this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was explaining people that when we have a math, I'm gonna be jumping around. But also what y'all saying in here in the chat room means a lot. But let's say when I try to tell people about math, and we do this math, and I ain't got to tell you about the, you know what I'm saying, what this math is for volume. This is for volume. This tells you about space. Space is the distance between the points. There's no such math for outer volume. You know what I'm saying? The outer volume, you know what I'm saying, of this, there's no math because space is the distance between points. So we can talk about this space between these 2 points. There's no such thing as outer of space. You know what I'm saying? See, out of space is, you know what I'm saying, when you talk about something over here, look what I'm doing. You see, I'm making a shadow. I don't know if y'all can see the shadow that's casting on here. You know what I'm saying? This shadow is what you're calling outer space. That shadow is nothing that's actually real. It's just an attribute. You know what I'm saying? The principle is these two. The principle is this. See, this is the marker. This backboard, this board here is these are two different things, and there's a space between. This space causes shadow. You see the shadow, but the shadow has no independent existence of its own. You can't rely and call that shadow anything. You know what I'm saying? That shadow is the equivalent to what outer space is. It's nothing. You can't call it anything. It's just an attribute. And once you start calling an attribute a principle, well, that's where we have the problem at. You know what I'm saying? And this is where real science was trying to explain when you have these. I didn't make up this scenario. Notice that. I want you to know that this is like Steinmetz. These the real geniuses explained all of this stuff already. It's just a matter of was you trying to can you follow it? But I'm doing my best to let you be able to break it down into, you know, something layman's terms. We can call that. You know what I'm saying? Attributes and principles. Principles and attributes is very important. A principle is a principle. You and I are the principle. The attribute is the between us. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. We can't call an attribute a principle. So when you say outer space, you've now made an attribute into a principle. And that's the reason why it doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? Besides that, let's talk more about magnetism. I don't know if y'all can see this right here. Maybe I don't know what's going to happen with the light, but this right here is some magnetic viewing film. And what we do with this here is we're able to see. I don't know what I got to do for y'all to get. I got a lot of light. Maybe I need to block some of the light for that. But look what's going on here. Do y'all see this line that this thing is making? So you got some of this. I'm trying to get some of that shade off of that. All right, boom. You see that line right there? I'm moving back and forth. You see that line? Okay, cool. While you're looking at that line, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna try to draw it out here so you can get a better understanding of what you was looking at. Oy. You was looking at a line that was lighting up, but around that line there was like a shaded area. It was dark. That part you probably couldn't really see. You know what I'm saying? I see awakening minds in my magic mirror. You know what I'm saying? I see golden mommy in my magic mirror. You know what I'm saying? All right. I see Pezzy. Shout out to you too. You know what I'm saying? Like boom. This is what we was looking at under the magnetic viewing film. You was looking at a shaded area. You was looking at a line of velocity of light going through that center. What that was doing was you was looking at the horizon line that you look outside. You was looking at the pressure mediation line between up and down, hot and cold. You're looking at the Goldilocks. You was looking at the sweet line when I was showing you that on that. And what you was really looking at, you were looking at what's called the inertia, the plane of inertia for magnetism. You was looking at the center line between your north and south polarities. You know what I'm saying? You was looking at the center of the hyperboloid. You're looking at the point zero. You were looking at unmanifested inertia. What the shaded area that you was looking at was this. That shaded area made a round area, and you was looking at the line viewing like that through the center. That's what you was looking at. That's how magnetism works. There's two poles. You're not getting rid of one from the other. There's two sides to this. And then anytime that you got two sides, there's a medium, there's a middle line. That middle line, when you're looking at on the ferrocells and stuff like that, they are green. What coincidence. Now, I don't have a ferrocell here. I had one. Wound up breaking. Maybe I'll wind up getting another one. You know what I'm saying? We'll get some, so you know what I'm saying, some donations or who knows, whatever. I'll just go buy it myself because I already don't have time to be playing with all that stuff. When I want to get to it, I'm gonna get to it. But we do notice that the center line that of inertia on a ferrocell, it shows green. I don't know why it gives you that, but that lets you. That's where we live at though. The Earth is green. You know what I'm saying? When you look at this Earth, that's the green line. That when you look at the horizon, and you're saying you're looking at the pressure line in between space, which is in the air, space and counter space. So if I drew it, so what are we calling a counter space? The counter space is the ground. The counter space is the water. The counter space is where there is no space. When you go down into the ground, there's no space. When you go into the air, where we live at, we are creatures in space. We live in space. Okay? And remember what space is. So that means there's a distance here. What space is? We live inside of this space of magnetism. Because that magnetism is your ether. That magnetism has a barrier. It's like a dog with a tied to a chain. That line can only go but so far. And then he got a 360-degree area around that line. But that's what's going on. The center point is here. Okay? Boom. Now, give y'all, you know what? I don't even know if I'm gonna do it on this one right here. Let me look and see what's going on. How we doing? I see we got some peoples in here. Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? We got the family in here. All right. Yo, like I said, it's fam. I'm gonna learn. Somebody's gonna show me how to get the panel going. And once we get the panel going, we're gonna be set. Because then I'll be able to really talk with everybody, interact. We fuck around, have a few debates and shit talking. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna get too much of the shit show. I don't like to get too far with that, because when I do that, when it comes to this, it's gonna be somebody who can show and prove that type of StreamYard. Y'all gonna show me. I need you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know how we do. The HOTC, this is for real. I know that I'm a quiet guy. I fuck, you know what I'm saying, with everybody, but y'all know what time it is. You already know. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm gonna try to always be that link and make sure that when I see the brothers getting a little crazy, I don't want to see the community going in the direction that it's been going these last few days or weeks. That's why I have to do this here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see that, because everybody that I know that's been doing this has been shooting from the heart. So when you shoot from the heart, you know what I'm saying, that means it's going to be all love. Now, I do understand that we all got our emotions and we all are magnets in our way. And when the magnets are in the right position, they will repel. But it needs to be in a certain position for it to repel. You remember that. But other than that, magnets is going to attract. If you take two magnets and you drop them together, they're not going to repel from each other. They're going to always attract. That's the problem that everybody's looking at for gravity. And then looking at, and we're telling you that gravity is magnetism, but you don't understand it's a magnet because you're looking for some time to repel, but magnets don't repel. It has to be in a special position to find it for that polarity. Other than that, the shit will flip itself. It will make sure that they attract. You know what I'm saying? That's what nature wants to do. Nature wants to attract. You know what I'm saying? It really doesn't want to repel itself. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, where we at with that? Let me see. I know we jumping around. Let me look at my stuff. Like I said, that's why I was saying shout out to Knowledge and all of the guys that are doing that doing platforms, because for me to come up here and talk, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know what I wanted to talk about. I don't even know what to talk to everybody about. So, you know what I mean? So I'm just trying my best here, like I said. So that's why shout out to those guys who actually sat around all day and thought about what they were going to do. They actually got some slides together. They got some, you know, they got they crop their pictures, maybe whatever videos. They put some time into that and thought into this. So I want you to know that I see what it is. Respects to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. I don't know. I don't know what more to go into with this here. I don't want to do too much at one time. I'll be honest. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get this together. You know what I'm saying? I think after this, I'll hit up Knowledge, everybody. We'll go in the back scenes. Y'all can all come to my hangout, you know what I'm saying? And we can go live in there. And until I need to get the knowledge that I need to get so I can make sure that the next one I open up is gonna have a panel. You know what I'm saying? Is the shadow counter space? Yes. No. A shadow counter space would be like your ground. Counter space is the opposite of space. So look at it like this. So let's say, what's the opposite of space? You got creatures that live in space. You got creatures that live in no space. So let's look at some of the examples so we can get a good understanding. A no space creature could be a fish, because a fish is in the water. There's no space in that. When we say space, we're talking about anything that air can go into. So we got no space in there. We got creatures in the ground like ants and stuff like that. They can live in the area of no space and be crunched up in there forever. You know what I'm saying? And those guys will be fine. The ground is a no space area. But when we talk about in the air, where we live at, we're a space creature. If you get in a closet too long or whatever it is, you might start going through some problems because you need space. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I don't think I'd be able to survive in jail, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they gotta even give those guys so much time to get out into the open, because we're creatures of space. And once you lock them up and put them into a no space environment, you're really killing them. You're killing us by doing that. You know what I'm saying? So when you're looking at counter space, think of the ground, anything under your feet, because counter space is under your feet and space is above your head. You know what I'm saying? And everything in this same area is, remember, you're tethered to like a dog on a chain. So this little area that I showed you right here, where it says where the dog can run out and then the dog can make a circle. This is that same area, and this direction would be right here. That dog can run out, and that's the edge. We call this the hemisphere. What is a hemisphere? A hemisphere is half of a sphere. Now, if you're not sure what that is, you can always Google these definitions and find out what a hemisphere is. Hemisphere means half of a sphere. So you'll say, and when you go up into this area that they call this the atmosphere. Sphere is a keyword, sphere, sphere. Atmosphere, I like to say, is at most. at most that you go, you reach the sphere. Obviously, that's why they made that word. I don't know. It just, it just seems to fall out that way. Maybe, this area is space. This area will be counter space under your feet. You know what I'm saying? And there's a limit to all of these things. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, from this point of inertia that dogs have on the chain, and the same that you're looking at, magnetism doesn't go forever. A magnet has a barrier around it. It can only go so far, the magnet. You understand that? You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom. Yes, 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 yes. So like I says, and because a magnet has a barrier and can only go so far, the earth is a magnet and it has a barrier because a magnet only goes but so far. If you're not sure, you test these things out on your own. You can take a magnet and you can take another magnet, and you can see that when it starts to affect, and you'll know about what area that you'll know about how big of an area that this is making. You know what I'm saying? But when you start to get an effect, you know what I'm saying, then you'll see, boom, there's a magnet in here that's holding that. That's what that was. But you'll be able to see. You see how that moves? So there's this magnet is making a sphere around it. There's a ball that's going around this that you can't see, and that ball is moving. The ball is doing something like this. The energy is coming out that way. The energy is coming out that way, going back in. Your scarab beetle showing you how energy of magnetism is moving. Thermosphere, then ever. Right. All of those things, you notice the key words are spheres. Sphere, 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 sphere. But all of those sphere areas, of course, is above your head. It's not below your feet. I don't know if I tell people all the time, do I really got to pull a level out and show everybody what a level is? I got my tool bag right here. I said, we use a level all the time. It's got a piece of water in it and lets you know that if it's a tilt, the water will move. Okay? This is real simple here. I tell everybody, if there's a slight tilt, the water will move. You talking about water going on a curve on a ball, well, we got a problem there. You know what I'm saying? It don't work that way. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? And I got even my own family, my own pops is gonna, some people, they even was in the Navy and they still gonna tell you, no, it's round. I'm like, but you know how water works, man. Why are we saying that? Why are we only saying that because these guys, somebody showed us a picture and now all of a sudden it changed when my man D Marble, shout out to D Marble, when he made that video that day and showed the archive post from 1901, I believe it was, when they started making fun in the newspapers talking about the first person was teaching that about the globe Earth. And it was like, we already know it's flat. How dare this person try to teach our children? You know what I'm saying? And we looked at the same joke that in reverse from 1920. I mean, today from 1900. It's a total reverse because somebody made a picture and the stuff that they decided to teach. Nobody's putting no thought and stuff into it. And that's why you believe Einstein is a genius, because we only know what we've been taught. Do we put any thought into it? Are we going to do any study and research? You know what I'm saying? Or are we just going to keep being a consumer? Or are we just going to keep listening to what these guys are telling us? I got a respect for them old books. Y'all see this? This is some basic electricity. This said basic electricity, right? But this book came from Navy training course. And this is an old book. This is a pretty old book. This was 1960. Okay? 1960 on this. So you'll see what's going on. And like I said, 1960, I don't know if I should even be doing with this here, but I'll show you right here. It's here, 1960. Where's it at right here? Y'all see that? We talked about the Earth's magnetism. Okay? The Earth's magnetism. It says the Earth's gravity. It says magnetism. The military, Navy. Okay? I'm not making this stuff up here. Here, let me read a little bit here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we should see that. You know what I'm saying? I'll just jump into something. It's been stated the Earth is a huge magnet, and surrounding the Earth is the magnetic field produced by the Earth's magnetism. I mean, do y'all, we know how a magnet works, right? That's why light doesn't travel, because light is the same as magnetism in reverse. When you look at a light, you look at the halo it made around the light, right? Because that halo was the field of magnetism, and that's why it doesn't go beyond that field. That's the halo that you're looking at. Okay? When you're looking at light and you're looking at the halo go around, that halo is letting you know the barrier. That's the ending. That's the spherical part of magnetism. And it does not travel, doesn't go any further. Just like a dog tied to a chain. The dog can only go but so far. It's called tethered. Tethered to the point of inertia. Okay? Now, at some points in time, I'm going to have to tell it to you without using the layman's term and give you the real word terminology like I just did. Tethered to the point of inertia is what we're talking about here. But that's why I'm going to keep talking about dog tied to a chain. Okay. These things have to be known, because this is how we slow walk ourselves into learning all of the big stuff. So when these guys start talking quick and they try to run some shit past you, you know how magnetism works. So once you understand how magnetism works, all of these crazy stuff that they be coming up with, you know what I'm saying? That's why I throw that right out the window. I'd be like, dude, that don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? When they started giving you the scare tactics about this 5G and all of this stuff, and I'm telling you, well, when you make a magnet stronger, you're making a smaller field. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, and I don't know what to tell people. They just keep watching TV and like they like that fear propaganda. You know what I'm saying? I like to know what it's all about, and that's why I tell you I don't really think there's nothing to worry about. The field is going to be smaller. It's the same thing. It's magnetism. It's sending waves through the medium. You know what I'm saying? If do I gotta here's a she may make a wave. Just so you can make a wave in a piece of paper. The paper didn't go nowhere. I just made a wave in it. That's how we send information from one end to the other. Now that you know that you're a fish in your water, well, I guess that kind of makes you a crab, because you can swim through the water. You are bottom dweller. You know what I'm saying? We bottom dwellers. So I guess that makes us like the crabs. You know what I'm saying? But I think that at least the animals in the ocean understand where they're at and they can use it to their advantage. But if you don't understand and know where you're at, you know what I'm saying? But that's why we're not using this stuff to our advantage. And they're telling us whatever they want to telling us and keeping us uh, locked into certain areas. But like I says, boom, boom, boom. I got some other stuff. I got some lot of pictures that I want to share with y'all, but I'm gonna have to start getting it onto the computer. So there's I got a little bit of homework to do before the next live stream. I'm gonna go holler at Knowledge. He's gonna show me how to and I'll read everything that y'all say. You know what I'm saying? Like I says, if y'all not part of my Google Hangout, email me and I will add you. That's how we can really get it in. And if there's any topics y'all want me to look into, you know what I'm saying, I definitely would do that. You know what I'm saying? All y'all do is just be like, yo, what do you think about this? Or check into that. If I don't know it, I'll check into it. You know what I mean, that's what we do. You know, the same for like you know, I ask everybody else. I look at the people who are strong in their area and I talk to them and be like, yo, what do you think about this? Tell me what you feel. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean that I'm gonna side with whatever they says, but I like to know what's on people's mind with that. You know what I mean? That's how we grow. You know, that's how we learn off each other. You know what I'm saying? But let me see what we got over here. 5, yeah, Nat Tour. Like I said, I see we got the fam in here, and I really appreciate all of y'all dropping in. You know what I'm saying? And I know all of y'all gotta be mods. I don't know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? So somebody gonna tell me. I'm sure Knowledge gonna tell me that too. Let me see. Can I just click on somebody's name and do it? Let me try something. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. If y'all know how to make the mods pop out, let me know. Put this more high. Oh no! Oh, I see it. Add moderator. Boom. Okay, Backpack Zoe is a mod. Okay, let's boom. Let's keep it going. Awakening Minds got to be a mod. All of you, we know who. Gotta go through this. Y'all know who y'all are. Add moderator. Definitely. Where is email address is oneworldonehood@gmail. The same as the name. And then leave your Google email address, and that way I can add y'all. Sometimes I don't look at it every day, but trust me, when I do look in and go through it, and then I start adding the people that was in there. And like I said, and what's gonna happen is, for the people who don't know, this hangout that I invite everybody into is the first hangout. There is another hangout after that, but you got to graduate out of the first one in order to make it into the second one. Okay. Right now, there's only one graduate in there. And then how do you graduate? You graduate it because he built the Gary Destroyer. Okay. He got it working, and he will be in there to show everybody, you know what I'm saying? And he'll be somebody who can help out, you know what I mean? And he still learns just like everybody else, but he actually put the time together, and I helped him, and he did it. And he made me feel good that he was able to get it without me having to do too much one-on-one with him. He actually just was able to pull it off, and he is not a person who does these things all the time. He actually had to buy all of the stuff. He got it, it's working, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to Chris for taking the power into his own hands, you know what I'm saying? And starting up, you know, and learning free energy, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, like I was saying, I will give y'all everybody how to do it, and it's very cheap. You'll find parts. I take open microwaves and all sorts of stuff like that people throw in the garbage, and just to take the parts out of it, you know what I mean, to make it free. So no, shout out to your sick child, you know what I'm saying? We, blessings. We always want the children to do good. Oh, Shinobi, yeah, Shinobi is fam. We talking all the time, and my address moderator and behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? So I know. Shout out to you, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. Truth out loud, I see you in my magic mirror. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, you know what I'm saying? We got all the family coming in. This is great. Boom. How do we do this here? I'm still, like I said, bear with me, fellas. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this here. Where is knowledge? Don't see knowledge. Gotta get knowledge. Because knowledge is the big homie. And it's moderator. Boom. There. I'm gonna get all this set up. This is the first one. This is the first one. So thank you everybody that appreciated it. You know what I'm saying? Did I get JJ? Gotta get JJ. Almost everybody in here is getting it. But these guys, y'all we've been rolling here together for a long time, so I gotta make sure If I didn't catch you, you know what I'm saying, I will catch you. Been waiting on y'all to start dropping, bro. Yeah, I'm here. I'm starting now. I'm starting now. Oh, sweet place. I see you in my magic mirror. That's the, you know what I'm saying? That's the goddess. Hold on, let me add you as moderator. Sweet place. Better. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, we're starting it out. This is the first time. It's the first run. I'm gonna start getting some more stuff here for you. I want you to know that I got my homework. I got the books. See, you know what I'm saying? See, them people they suffer on the internet, but I just want you to know I got the books. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we was talking about the books before. Yeah, let me talk to y'all about the books before I end this, right? Books. You see, we are now using the computer. And we now, I don't know if y'all realized it, but we've basically gave up our encyclopedias for this computer. We done it because we wanted to save space, whatever you wanted the reason is. But let me tell y'all something. When I don't know if y'all remember, if you had a cheap encyclopedia, you probably had a small section. And you had some of these people who encyclopedias cost thousands of dollars. It took up a whole wall. Then you had some people who had enough books that took up a whole room. And the more books people had, the older the books was, and the knowledge that came from that was old knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Old knowledge of accomplishments, of facts, and things like that. And you've now given up all of those books for this technology of this computer. Do you know what we actually did was allowed the oppressor to burn the library? You know, just like when it says when somebody would take over another society, they would burn their libraries and get rid of the information and stuff like that. See, what by you getting rid of your books for this computer, what we've allowed is for the government to burn the libraries in front of our face. Okay, and now you don't have the old knowledge. Now you believe that the old knowledge is old, and you think that old ain't no good. So you know what I'm saying? Because this is how we've been programmed with the TV. We're letting the TV program us to really believe that the old people don't know no better. No, no. Like I said, here's a book. Now, how old? When I go back older than this, I get even more good information. I find all of the stuff this is how I'm able to do this. If I showed you what's in this basic book, if I showed you what's in this basic book, and this says basic electricity in the 1960s, and I'm letting you know that I'm a electrician right now with 25 years, and I'm telling you this book is far from basic to me. You know, this was basic at that time. This is far from basic for me. If I show you the stuff that's in here, oh, I don't care what kind of electrician you know got going on. They don't know this stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is that no. You know how they don't know that? Because they let technology make you dumb. The same way like I used to remember a whole bunch of telephone numbers until a cell phone. Now I can't remember nobody's number. Now I'll be lucky. The only number I can remember is my parents' number, and they don't because I grew up with that when as a child, and they don't even have it no more because they don't move. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember numbers no more. Everybody remembered numbers. We don't. Our memory is, we given that part of our memory up. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, so don't let these guys burn the books. All of those old books got some old information in there and that old facts. And there's a lot of facts and stuff that we don't know about. And we just and you just think you're gonna do a quick Google search and now you got it. You know what I'm saying? No, it don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? Don't let TV fuck you up with that shit, but there's, you know what I'm saying? There's some stuff to learn here and go look in the books. They're gonna show it to you. You know what I'm saying? But because if I try to Google this stuff, you're not gonna get this information, bro. You're not gonna get this information. I was glad, if I show you the man who gave me this, he's passed already. You know what I'm saying? I got, matter of fact, I'm gonna do that real quick while you're here. Like I said, I got his. Hold on, wait right there. I want to show y'all. I got all sorts of achievements and plaques and stuff that came along with this book right here. But I want y'all to see this right here. I wanted to send this one to Bro Sanchez, right? This is what he got out of the military for completing the North Pole. This is called, you see this thing right here? It says Realm of the Arctic Circle. Okay? And you're looking at the picture and you're looking at the land masses. I don't know if you can see inside of that ring area that you know that we see the sound in here. It all's gonna start to make sense. You know, like when you the military, they send that sound, it goes boom, and then you seen the whole place light up out of the sound thing real quick, and you seen the big circle light up, and you seen this just like a boom. Well, you remember that? You see it on TV, boom, and it show the sound. Look at that. This only makes sense on why the water would be sitting still and why, yeah, there would be a ice ring, a wall going around us, and we all live inside of this realm of the Arctic Circle. And all the land masses inside of that realm. Okay? This is official military stuff. There's seals on this, and you can see that even the ribbons fading from how old this is. You know what I'm saying? Look at the time. Oh, they give you the whole. I'm just letting you know. I got all of this stuff here. A lot of old vintage military shit. Just so you know what I'm saying. And you think the military didn't know what they was talking about 50 years ago? That's what you're trying to say now? The military was wrong too? Or did they decide to give you some different information? We're going to leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's good enough to leave it at that. Yep. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? I got this stuff right here. Like I said, I'll be fighting with people so much. I'll roll my sleeves up and we're gonna give y'all the debating, and I go in there with y'all, but I ain't gonna do but so much debating because facts is facts, and if you can't see these facts, and I really like how much, man, yo, listen, flat motherfucking electrical power. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to everybody that came and you know what I'm saying to spread love. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for just showing up. You know what I'm saying? Look out for the next one. I'm gonna try to just open up panels or open up a live after after bro drops off on, you know what I'm saying, throughout the weeks. I'm gonna try to do some things like that. And that way I can try to break down some of the stuff that's going on there a little bit more for some of the people that want to know. And if anybody who, like I says, I'm not that big. So I got a little bit more time to give y'all a little bit more understanding if I can. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? And then hopefully by doing that, we'll get and everybody spread the love, and you know what I'm saying, and we get some more views and what do you call it, memberships up, and we get another platform over here that we can all utilize. And I'll let you know one thing, my head ain't gonna never get big with it. I'm too old for all that now. You know what I'm saying? I want to see it's about the community. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. And you know what I'm saying? I'm here that's why I'm One World, One Hood. It's all about the hood. You know what I'm saying? I believe in the community. You know what I'm saying? So and on that note, like I says, I want to keep it too long. Did I make an hour? Good, I made an hour. Yay, I made an hour. Yo, Awakening Mind, Sweet Place, Truth Out Loud, Bodega, Shuma One. I said Truth Out Loud. Who else we got? Knowledge, Shinobi, Marlon, you know what I'm saying, Eric. I see it. If I missed anybody, Ramsey, you know what I'm saying. Trust me, charge it to my head, not my heart. And I'll see y'all on the next one. All right. Peace. Yeah. And okay.